Eid Mubarak, everyone! Welcome to a new season of Second Home. This is Rowena Tino, your host for today. After the month-long break from the holy month of Ramadan, we wish everybody peace, good health, and bounties of blessings. It is with great joy and excitement to let you know that we have a lot of things in store for you. Today's episode, we will find out about the 20th annual Kuwait Art and Textile exhibition. Do stick around, we will be back. At this point, we'll be talking to the person who is responsible for today's event. Good day to you, Suzanne.
Hi, pleased to meet you.
Please tell us something about today's event.
This is the 20th annual opening for the Kuwait Textile Arts Association exhibition. So, an annual event. It's judged. We have a variety of textile arts, quilts, fiber arts, which means embroidery, knitting, crochet, and we have some of the traditional sari weaving. So we have 14 categories, and the ladies of the group can enter pieces into any and all of these categories. They have all been judged. So in an hour or so, when we have the opening ceremony, the awards will be presented, and then the public is welcome to come and look at the work. So it's all work done by the membership, mostly over the last 12 months.
Okay, so how long have you been doing this annual exhibition?
Well, this is the 20th year. Personally, this is my third time as a participant, first time as organizing.
Can you please tell us something about this organization?
The organization, the KTA, the Kuwait Textile Arts Association, is a group under the auspices of the Sadu House. So it's to develop and support textile arts in Kuwait. It started in mid-90s, 93 I believe, and we meet regularly during the course of the year. We share different activities, always related to textile arts. So it's just a way for, at the moment we're ladies, but that's just per chance, right? It's a way to get together, share ideas, share new techniques, and just generally encourage in textile arts.
Okay, so I see all these intricate designs that you have here. It's very, it's beautiful. So I would like to ask, are you open for memberships?
Sure. We have a membership each year. It starts around September, kind of after the Eid, after the schools come back, and then we're approaching the end now. The annual exhibition is the last major event, so we stop over the summer and that. But each year it's open for anybody who can become a member. 20 KD was the fee this past year. And really some of our members, they don't actually do anything. They just join because they're interested in textile arts. They like to come along and learn a little bit, see a little bit, but they don't want to actually be an artist themselves. We have a range of nationalities. At the moment, the major group is Kuwaiti, as it happens. But We have a selection of Europeans. I'm Australian. We have the subcontinent. You know, all selection. So any lady is welcome to come along.
Okay, can you please tell us how many participants are participating for today's event?
For today, we've got a membership of 86 this past year, and of those, about 35 have put in some works. So that's pretty good, I would say.
So I know you're very busy with your time, but we thank you for giving us time to at least give us an idea of what is happening or what is going to happen for today's event. And best of luck to today's event.
I have some pieces here, so best of luck, yes.
Oh, wait, you have some pieces here too. How many pieces do you have?
I have 2 embroideries over there. A couple of little pieces. I would say my embroidery is my great love, I suppose.
Of course, like now, here's a follow-up question to that one. How long did it take you to make one masterpiece?
Well, the masterpiece we have here probably took, I mean, you don't do it as a full-time job, right? So you do some hours. But probably I started in the new year. Okay. So, you know, a few hours in the evening, a few hours, but yeah, a few months. There's a lot of, I like the small work, you know, the fine detail. Some of the pieces you'll see, they're much thicker and heavier, you know, bolder kind of. But it reflects a little bit where the ladies are from, in a way. You can kind of predict, okay, there's a little bit of an Asian influence in some, just the fabrics they use, the colours they use. And the sado weaving, of course, has to use sado colours and the traditional patterns. So that's what makes it interesting. You learn about new things, yeah.
So looking forward to looking at the pieces one by one.
Sure.
Once again, good luck to your event tonight.
Thank you very much.
With me now is one of the judges for today's event. Hello to you, Beverly.
Hello, nice to see you.
Yes, can you please introduce yourself and what is your participation for today's event?
My name is Beverly Fine. I'm from the United States. Yesterday, I had the pleasure of evaluating all the quilts in the show and judging the award winners for each category.
Okay. So, please, ma'am, do you belong to any organization or a group?
I was certified by the National Association of Certified Quilts Judges in the United States, and is that authority with which I can judge the quilts.
Okay, so what particular or any characteristic of the quilt that you're looking for?
Workmanship and design are equally important. For the workmanship, we like for the edges to be straight, the corners to be square, and the quilt to be very flat. For the design, we like it to be something that draws you from across the room and also keeps your interest when you're very close.
So how did you find the entries of the participants for today?
It's very exciting. The quilt that won Best of Show is a world-class quilt. That quilt would fare well in competitions anywhere in the world. There are many others that would do well in any quilt show that I've ever judged.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. I know you're busy. Thank you for sparing a few minutes of your time to give us a little bit insight of today's event.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And with me now is one of the participants for today's event. Hello to you.
Hi, how are you?
Okay, so can you please introduce yourself and what is your participation for today's event?
My name is Teresa Al-Alban and I have a quilt, 2 knitted shawls, crocheted Afghan and 1 cross stitch.
Okay, so you're into crocheting for the longest time?
No, I'm more into the quilting, but crocheting on the side. When I'm not at the machine, I'm sitting on the couch crocheting or knitting.
Okay, so you say in quilting. So are there any techniques that you do to make your quilting, more beautifully done, or I have no idea with quilting. So
quilting is a lot of cutting,
okay,
sewing, and precision.
Okay.
So you're constantly behind the sewing machine. trying to get those seams all straight. Quilting is mostly devices of the top part of the quilt, the middle part of the quilt, and the back of the quilt, and then you quilt through the 3 layers.
So you've been quilting since when?
I've been quilting for 20 years.
Wow, really? So is this like a hobby?
It is a hobby, and it's a way of relieving stress and time and putting creative energy and, having people enjoy your work.
Okay, so it also, I think it takes out or it brings out a creativity in you.
It does. You see beautiful colors, and, you pick out the different colors, and sometimes you can spend hours just trying to get the right color balance. But it's mostly just really to enjoy yourself and, to make things for your family, friends, sometimes to enter a competition.
Okay. Talking about competition, have you been entering competition for long?
I've been entering competition for 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So any piece of advice you can give our viewers as to with regards to the activity of quilting?
Don't say you can't. Just go ahead and try, and if you don't get it right the first time, don't worry about it. Keep on doing it. Beauty comes out of those mistakes sometimes.
Okay, thank you. And I look forward to seeing your pieces later on.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. And at this point, we'll be interviewing one of the guests for today's event. Good day to you.
Hello.
Yes, can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Charlotte Cleaver. I'm an expat from the United States.
Okay, so how did you know about this event?
Well, I read about it in the newspaper.
So what do you actually expect for today's event?
Well, for today's event, I would like to see maybe different ideas about quilting, some more modern ideas that I haven't seen for a while, and I love to see the machine quilting that's been done here and the creativity of the members.
Okay. So are you also doing quilting?
Yes, I'm a quilter myself.
Okay.
Yes.
And apart from quilting, do you also do weaving?
No, I just do quilting. I do some embroidery, but I haven't done that for many years. Mm-hmm. But the quilting is something I love to do.
Okay, so speaking about quilting as something that you love to do, so what satisfaction do you get out of quilting?
Well, it's very peaceful. I do hand quilting, and so just the repetitiveness is just very relaxing. I'm a teacher, and things get pretty crazy in the classroom sometimes, so when I come home I have a project that I'm working on. It's just very relaxing, it's repetitive, and you just sit and maybe listen to music or so on, and it's just a very nice way to pass the time and yet do something useful. And when you've sat there and worked for a couple hours, you can say, oh, I did all this and I created a thing of beauty, and it's an outlet for creativity also.
An outlet of creativity and a de-stressing activity as well, huh?
Exactly.
Okay. So anyway, thank you for your time, and like you, I'm looking forward to today's to looking at the intricate designs that we have.
Yes, it's amazing. It's amazing what these ladies have put together.
Okay, thank you.
You are very welcome.
With me now is the winner for the beginners quilts category, Nikki Kumar. Yes, did I get your name right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, so you won the beginners quilts category. Can you please tell us something about it?
So it was my passion always from my school age. I used to work a lot on embroidery, sewing, and crochet, and my embroideries were excellent, and I used to do cross stitch a lot. So that talent was in me, and the passion was there. So when I got I grew, I'm in college, university, I continued that. But once I got married and came to Kuwait, I had a different lifestyle. Okay, so I got married, then you have kids, then you're home, and then this passion was like in background. But once we went to Dubai, we came back. I stopped working. I was working in bank. When I stopped working, and then I was looking for something. Where can I put my time and my interest? And this interest was already hidden in me. So I just got associated with a friend who told me, I can take you to the Sadhu house. Yes, and you can have a lot of exposure there. They are teaching, you can learn, you can teach them. So I was very happy about that. So I started, and it's been less than 2 years that I'm into it. And in the beginning, I didn't do the quilting because it was a new thing for me. So we learned a lot of things, and I bought the new sewing machine, and I said, no, let me get into it. Let me do something. So out of all the talents, what I did, I selected the quilting because I got sort of a bug in me, and it was like a passion which was coming day and night in me. And then I was sitting on the website and looking at all the different quilts everybody else had made, and of course I wouldn't aim for the awards and all, but the passion was came from every night I would sit for 2 hours 3 hours on the net and see how many people have done it, and what a beautiful work they have done. So it just got into me, and I got into the mood of getting very serious about it. So with the help of beautiful ladies in Sadhu House. They were very helpful, and we got a lot of workshops done. And here I am. I developed something which they taught me.
So is this your first work of art in the quilting?
Yes, yes.
How long did it take you to make this
Actually,
work?
I was at a time working on three big ones. I have one king size, and there is one there on this star, and this was one was like a more passion for me, and it was all done on by scraps. So this collecting
Scraps meaning?
meaning whatever leftover fabric I had at home, we were supposed to just use that and just cut and paste. You can notice in my quilt there are small pieces, and which I joined, and we formed the stars. So it developed my so much interest. I really wanted to make it more bigger, but we had time constraint. But I think I was very happy doing it, and I'm going to continue in this work. It's given me a lot of pleasure, and my time has become very useful. And I feel now young after making it. So because I can handle it at this age.
I can imagine the joy radiating from you, ma'am.
Yes. So if I can handle now, I think I can continue handling it. So I need good luck for future, and I hope I can do more and more, and have more techniques learned from the experts.
Okay. What advice can you give beginners in this art of quilting?
So beginners can when a beginner looks at a quilt, he thinks, "Oh my God, this is very difficult. Maybe no, if I get into it, I will not be able to do it." Trust me, it just needs that confidence, patience, and a love for it. So whatever, and when you have the color sense, you love it. And when in beginning you feel I have to calculate, I have to work on it, then slowly when you actually form it, when it takes the shape, you enjoy it. So the beginners should not get afraid of the work. they should get into it and do it and make it happen. And I'm sure they will be surely winners one day. And I wish them also good luck, whosoever gets into it.
Yes, and once again, you have a beautiful smile, and I can see the joy from you. And enjoy your quilt. And I think it's going to be one of the family heirloom now, huh?
Yes, thank you so much. And I'm going to definitely gift it to my grandchild. So that will be wonderful thing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
With me now is the president of the Kuwait Arts Textile Association and, of course, the grand winner for today's event. How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yes, how are you, madam?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, please tell us something about this event.
Today is the Kuwait Textile Arts Association exhibition, our 20th annual exhibition that we do every year, and it showcases all of the work that our ladies have done. We have lots of different categories. We have traditional quilts, we have fiber arts, Afghans, and different pieces that our members have worked on throughout the year, and they want to showcase their work and show the public. Behind me, I have a piece that the judge, who came from, our judge this year is Beverly Fine, who is from Sarasota, Florida, but she is a certified quilt judge, and she chose the piece that, of all the pieces that she judged, that she gave first, second, third place to, the piece that she wanted to take home with her, and it's right behind me. If you look at it, it's beautiful, and it's done by Miriam Musa here. Miriam, who has been quilting for many years, and she made this beautiful quilt that represents her country, Yemen. And she is it's true art, and it makes me feel very proud and very humbled because I work with these beautiful people. Mm-hmm.
So, this participated with how many participants?
There were, I think, over 140 entries from all the different categories. It's not just fiber arts, but also sedu. There was sedu weaving. We had master artists and regular artists who were involved. So it's all different genre of textiles.
Can you please tell us something about the winning piece?
The winning piece, this particular piece was won, one meaning that this was what the judge chose, that they felt was the best. And she won in her category, which was an art category, but she also won the judge's choice. That means that's the piece that the judge wants to go home with. That's how good it is. So we're very proud.
It's more like a painting. So how did you come up with this design, ma'am?
How did you come up with this design?
I took from my daughter, she took from the internet, I don't know.
Oh, so you found a piece of the
Yeah,
internet?
it's from the picture, not drawing. Yeah.
So
It's difficult to make something from the picture, not like a drawing. It's easy to make like a drawing.
Okay.
Okay. So because in this we see people. How did you make these people?
Yeah, by embroidery.
By embroidery.
Hand embroidery.
Because there's people, there's houses, you have shading in here, and I can see some netting.
But this is from with machine, the windows.
So it's mixed technique of both quilting and embroidery. And then here you have little people over here too. They're up here in the...
Many people, but I don't have.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, once again, congratulations to you, Mama Maria, for winning. It sure is truly a beautiful work of art, and congratulations to you, Mom Sana, for this successful event.
Thank you. And we hope that the whole public in Kuwait come and enjoy this. Thank you.
Thank you, and that's our winning piece. First and foremost, my congratulations to you. And you won the first prize plus the judge's choice.
Right. So yes, I'm very happy to win the first prize for the hand embroidery. And the judge's choice, that means that's the prize that the judge would most like to take home. So that's kind of nice, yeah.
Okay. Can you please tell us something about your winning piece?
Sure. This is basically a cross-stitch design, which we all know all over the world, basic cross-stitch, done on an even weave fabric. And then it just looks more sparkly because I've added a bit of gold, a bit of outline, a bit of grey. So I like it nice, clean, simple, but yet not simple. So it really only uses 3 colours, and yet it looks quite detailed. So I enjoy doing that fine kind of work.
Yes, it's very detailed, and it's you say, as you've said, it's simple but classy. I see all the classic pieces there with the gold and all.
Yes, I enjoy doing it. It was not easy though, because it's surprisingly difficult to stitch white on white. You know, it's yes. So all of this is white, even though it's white also behind. So it just makes that subtly white difference. And then the gentle grey scale, and then the black with a bit of gold.
Can you please tell us something about the pattern that you've used?
Not a lot. It's really coming from doodles. You know, you draw and you end up with those funny designs. So that's how it started, actually, on a pencil and paper. And then it's just a matter of transferring it to a design.
Okay, and once again, your piece is beautiful. You deserve the winner to be a winner of this exhibition. And once again, thank you for giving your time.
Thank you.
With me now is the champion, the grand winner, and the master quilter of today's event. How are you, Miss Yan Liu?
I'm pretty good. I'm very happy. It's a surprise.
So please tell us something about your quilt. I mean, you've won with how many categories?
I brought 2 quilts, and 1 traditional and 1 for art. So the traditional one has won the first prize, and the art has number 1 as well. And the traditional one has won the best of show. That means the best of the whole exhibition. Yeah.
That's an overall, winner of today's event, right?
Yeah, I guess so. That's the point.
And you also won for the international, is it?
Yeah, I went to Dubai last year, and I've won 1 first prize for art and several others. And another one is contemporary, and the 3rd prize for art as well. And this year I went to India, the first quilt festival, and so for first prize for traditional and first prize for art as well. And another one is a 3rd prize for art, but yeah, it's in another hall.
Okay, so can you please tell us something about your quilt? How did you make it?
This quilt, I took a class from a lady from Denmark, and so this is called the Japanese folded patchwork. It's like origami, and it looks like a windmill. And I use my husband's shirts, so he has about a dozen shirts, and I cut them off, and I use other fabrics and put them all together. It's double-sided, and I want to give it to my son.
Wow, so you mean to say this is made out of your husband's shirts?
Yes. He has about, so whenever he's used the shirts, he want to throw it away. I said, don't throw them away, give it to me. So about 12 or 15 shirts, all by hand. So this is a handmade
So
machine.
how long have you, how long did it take you to make this quilt?
I didn't record hours. I think probably 300 hours or 400 hours during about a period of 2 years. Like 2 years or maybe 1.5 years, but yeah, about every day 4 hours or 3 hours, or sometimes 1 hour. Yeah.
How long have you been making quilt?
I started one in 2003 when my children were small, but I started to do the serious quilting in 2012 in Kuwait.
So serious quilting, which means?
Serious quilting meaning I have a very good machine from Bernina, and also I joined the KTAA, Kuwait Textile Arts Association, and joined a group of women, and I dedicated my time. I used to work, I was a geologist. I working in the office. I was not in art before.
So yeah, you were a geologist, you say?
Yeah.
So
IT, yeah, in science and engineering.
okay, so this is your like a recreation of some sort.
Yes, I used to love to make arts, but never had the time. But after we moved to Kuwait 9 years ago, so I decided that my husband supports me, that I will just focus on the art. Yeah.
So what can you advise our viewers with regards to developing another skill or like the one that you have right now?
I think quilting and any other format of art is very therapeutic in the life, for any person's lifetime. It's very soothing for your soul, and I would recommend all children to start making the crafts and sewing when they were younger, so they can develop their sense of art, the colors and shapes, and also their hands. It's very good. I encourage all the boys and the girls to start when they were young, and so when they get older, they have a good hobby and it's a good heirlooms, meaning you can give it to your children and you can give them to your grandchildren. It's very good, very good gift to your generations. And yeah, that's right.
This is going to be considered a family heirloom.
Yes, it is. I think I will write it in my will. Yeah.
And once again, congratulations to you. We'll be looking at your other piece as well and see the fulfillment that you get out of this.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. Congratulations. And that's it for today. Hope you've enjoyed our colorful episode of Artistic Fabric. Let me leave you with this quote from Anita Murjani. In the tapestry of life, we are all connected, each one of us helping each other be who we are, weaving a perfect picture together. From Second Home, this is Rowena Tino. Eid Mubarak.